car that makes me want to dance. This is the brand new second generation BMW M2. Rear wheel drive only, phenomenal power, and available in an automatic and a manual gear shift. I'm Roshan Surya and you're watching Top Gear India. Check this baby out. BMW in India got us the M2 competition last, and then the hot selling M340i, which sold like really in great numbers. Could this be the next best M seller? Well, if you're going purely by looks, maybe not, because this is going to polarize a lot of opinions. It's got that edgy, retro, futuristic sort of DNA about it. Especially when you see in the front, you've got these almost like rectangular, sort of no curvy design element on the front. And overall, if you see, the proportions are spot on. But when I first came out, I thought I loved the M2 despite its looks. And now that I see it in person, it will grow on you. Let us know in the comments below whether you think this looks like an ugly duckling or it looks just fabulous in your face. This new generation of M2 actually now mimics the M3 and the M4 more, because the chassis changed, the platform's changed, and it's longer, wider, lower, but a lot heavier. But the major change actually is here. And now we get the M3 and the M4 engine in the M2, the S58 series of 3-litre straight six, no bullshit, rear wheel drive only, pure power petrol. This one though is not my choice, but the purest choice of car. This is the manual that I'm driving, but it's claimed the automatic actually is faster. But this one definitely will be the more dramatic. Let's check it out. Sat inside the M2. The interior is pretty much straight off the 3 Series and the new i4, which is a great thing. Now you're getting in the M2. But this being an M car, let's listen to how it sounds. So I've got the M mode, and below the M mode I have the sports exhaust. The M theme continues inside the interior, so you've got a nice blue and red stitching on the M Sport seats. You've got splashes of that stitching on the steering wheel, on the seat belt, and even the gear knob. Overall, a lot of carbon fiber features here. So from the one on the dash panel to the central console, even the steering wheel has elements of carbon fiber within them, which looks really cool. My favorite though is the M1 and the M2 driving modes. Because it's an M car, you get driving modes of race, sport and track. Apart from that, let's check out how's the practicality on this car, because this is a 4-seater. So wide opening, easy to sort of get in and get out. Okay, stepping in. I'm about 6 foot tall, so yeah, on the back is nice. Headroom is not really great. I'm like, my hair's grazing the top. And have a look at the legroom. You also get this sort of armrest, which actually is for through loading, given the 395 liters boot space at the back. Legroom is okay. Actually, it's not too bad. Only the headroom, I think, and the sort of claustrophobia is a little omnipresent. Great for kids, maybe not the ideal one for adults for a long drive. As with every new BMW, the looks will be divisive. The M2 escapes the engorged nostril disease seen in the 4 Series, going for a square jaw, almost Porsche GT2 RS, like a no-nonsense look. Some of the blockiness sits ill at ease with the coupe's curves, and overall the car lacks the delicious stance and tension the old M2 actually carried. Despite being 119mm longer, 33mm wider and 4mm lower than the previous car, this seems to be a more mature approach to the design. My favorite though is the rear of the car. It looks really aggressive, low, those diffuser and those quad tailpipes which are genuine, they look really mean. Overall, it's a love or hate, but people will wonder, is that a Supra? This new M2 with that racy appearance and a length of just about as long as a Honda City boasts of a chassis and footprint tuned for thrilling handling even during a daily runabout. And now it features the new S58 line of twin turbocharged inline 6-cylinder engines off the M3 and the M4, pumping out 453 bhp, which is just 20 shy of the output of the M3 standard engine, and 550 Nm of torque with a claimed 0 to 100 in about 4.5 seconds for this purest choice of a manual gearbox. The 6-speed manual gearbox I'm driving today is exciting and nostalgic at the same time. It's actually slower and less efficient than the paddle shift automatic, and in fact the automatic is faster, which is about 0 to 100 in 4.1 seconds. No doubt it's thrilling to upshift that stick, but the clutch travel is a tad too long and the throws feel a little rubbery. Most disappointing of all, try flooring the accelerator around 2000 RPM and it's a lazy climb towards 4000 RPM with very little speed built up. But the real excitement starts when you touch about 7000 RPM. The throaty, fast and thrilling nature of this car really comes to play. Overall handling seemed pretty good. I mean, this is a small footprint car and the fun of chucking around, I think very few cars will be able to match this. Of course, the staggered set of 19 and 20 inch wheels front and back with that 285 section at the rear, plus the track which is now wider, that matches the M4, all results in a machine that's far more capable of putting the power down earlier. This means, of course, better driver confidence and more smiles. You will feel the weight, but it never detracts from the fun. So, in all honesty, this new M2 is not a sequel to the feisty 1M or even the original M3. It is the smallest, lightest, cheapest and least powerful M car, which has actually grown in size, 119mm longer and 33mm wider, and heavier, almost touching 1750 kilos, but definitely more powerful. This M2 without the optional carbon roof touching north of ₹1 crore on road won't be easy to digest either. Personality shift of the M2 also brings some key merits, of course more interior space, comfortable ride and mature driving manners as well, and importantly a posher interior. So here's my verdict on the new BMW M2. It actually is in a class of one. Very little direct competition, a sports coupe that's practical and playful at the same time, can be used as a daily city runabout. And when you want it to be a hooligan on long twisty journeys, it can even do that. Not many in this class at this price point can actually promise you that. The looks, I promise, will grow on you. But the grown-up character of the M2 from the last M2 competition is what will appeal to a larger set of audience and a larger set of buyers. And actually, it makes me question the M4 now. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe to Top Gear India. Until then, drive safe.